What if I told you that the only reason you're still stuck is because you haven't had the courage to change? Clocks chiming on repeat, tired faces in traffic, gray offices, people with a blank stare. The life you dream of is on the other side of fear. Every day, millions of people wake up with the same ritual. The alarm clock rings. They get up reluctantly. They rush to get ready. They push through endless traffic. And they sit down at a job they're not passionate about, just to wait for the next 2 weeks. And they repeat it over and over again, as if life were a pre-programmed cycle. Most people live on autopilot, dissatisfied, turned off, but convinced that this is life. Alarm clocks chiming, people with coffee in hand, yawning, offices with people staring at screens without enthusiasm. Is this really living? But there comes a day, a moment, when someone stops and says, enough. That's the breaking point. The narrative click. The second you decide you can no longer repeat a life that doesn't fulfill you. True change doesn't begin when you change cities, partners, or jobs. True change begins when you decide not to settle, when you stop justifying yourself, when you look your life in the face and say, this isn't enough. All change begins in the mind. Most people don't change because they believe they have no other choice. They tell themselves things like, that's just the way I am. I don't have time. Life is hard. But have you ever wondered if those things are true or excuses you repeat to yourself to avoid discomfort? Autopilot is comfortable. It requires no effort. It keeps you safe, but dead in life. The invisible trap is conformity. That feeling that even if you're not happy, it's better to stay where you are because change is scary. Security or freedom? Many believe that change is risky. But do you know what's even riskier? Spending 5, 10, 20 years in a place you don't love. Waking up one day at 60 and realizing you never truly lived. The cost of not changing isn't just wasted time. It's the life unlived. It's the potential you never discovered. It's the talent you never shared. Not changing is the biggest regret there is. The price of not taking risks is being left empty. The most incredible thing is that everything can change with a single decision. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need guarantees. You just need to decide that your life isn't going to stay the same. Do you remember the last time you made a brave decision? That moment when, despite your fear, you took the plunge. Do you remember how you felt afterward? Change begins with a spark, with a yes, with a that's enough. One decision changes your destiny. I'll tell you something. There was someone who worked in a job they hated. They spent hours in traffic, dreaming of doing something different. One day, without knowing exactly how, they quit. They didn't have a perfect plan. They didn't have all the answers. But they had the most important thing, determination. And that person, step by step, built a different life. Another story, someone who had spent years struggling with their health. Broken promises, constant excuses, until one day they decided, I'm not giving up today, and they started with 5 minutes of exercise. Today, that person runs marathons. First, you must break the I can't mentality. Then, you must create habits that reinforce your decision. And finally, you must surround yourself with people, ideas, and environments that push you forward, not drag you down. Write in the comments the change you're going to make today. It doesn't matter if it's small, the important thing is to start. And if this video inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear this.